Hello, colleagues, dear participants. I have to try to catch up since we have overused the time, but I don't see my presentation on the screen. Okay, so we have it here. I'll continue the topic of risk management, pick up where the colleagues finished. Look at the practical side, how we do risk management, how we do practical audits, and how it is done by our team, how we succeeded, and also the main ideas about the results of our audits. Briefly about our audit team, we have a centralized unit, but we have very many state-owned companies that also have audit function. And with these 10 companies, we perform audits. So we, on regular basis, had several initiatives and tried to expand our priority audits defined by the state, like priority audits, and we try to integrate and perform them together. This is the idea, how we do that and why we do that. Because at the Ministry of Transport, for us, is very important to involve these state-owned companies. And we have had this type of communication for many years. We have been engaged in this communication for a very long time. We communicate on all priority audits and many other topics. And what concerns risk management, we have been communicating about this for a long time. We started by inviting risk experts who joined our auditors teams, and we discussed how we could help our bodies, subordinate bodies, to make sure that the risk management actually takes place. Instead of just being formal, there's methodologies, there's a risk register, and there's even the responsible person, but actually nothing happens. Of course, it's not enough. Thus, we understood that for us, this priority audit should be performed in all of our sector. We conducted the maturity level assessment and also offered advice, and there was great support to this common methodology, and we relied on it and shared it and trained on it. And eventually, I think everyone was really happy with the result. So what concerns risk management and internal audit, I think this slide is not something very new, because risk management has been discussed for years, this standard and three-line model, and then this corporate governance code that is really intertwined with the risk management ideas and so on. So you cannot really ignore it anymore. And the support that we offered to our audit managers, to our managers, the message was, you should use the audit. We can provide the assessment. We can open new horizons to you. We can make you change your thinking. Please use these opportunities. Since I understand that this conference is not only for us auditors, but also for managers, please remember that auditors can provide support to you and can answer to questions that maybe you cannot find answers otherwise. Maybe these are not pleasant questions, but the audit can provide their view, because the risk managers, risk experts work with the responsible parties, and this look from the side, this opinion from the side is really important. So we performed the audit together, and the internal control is a reflection of risk management and vice versa. Because we know that audits are performed on the basis of risks, we are based on risk policy, we consider risks and so on. This is how our system works. And I actually can say that internal control is a reflection of risk management. And risk maturity assessment is very close to internal control system assessment. These are the questions, or just some of the questions that we had when we started the audit. Of course, the methodology was there and we had good support, but when we actually had to start assessment, there was these challenging questions. And one of these questions was how the management demonstrates its leadership. And I think this was the basic question, because if there is no guidance from the management, then risk management has no future. Because if there is no management, there is no risk management. So this is a basic aspect, and the others can be derived from that, like education, integration, and so on. And the presentation, you saw this methodology. So we have 18 bodies, up and down, as you can see. For some criteria, we have good results. Here you can see all 14 of them. In some areas, we are at optimal level, progressive level, which of course makes us happy. But this is our result. These are our results. What concerns separate criteria, individual criteria, here you can see the division. Basically, this risk maturity assessment in bodies actually made people change their thinking for everyone who was involved. Yes, I said, we have risk management, but when you started filling in the self-assessment, then you had to start thinking about this or that or something else that you had not thought before. And that was a good stimuli to move forward. In the previous slides, you saw our maturity level, namely third level, the golden choice or the golden option. What is positive? We intend to move forward in the medium term. Everyone has understood that risk management is necessary, that it has to be like a system. And if it's not there, then development is not possible. So what is good is that we have this common understanding that we have to move forward in this regard. And I think the most important ideas that we had are as follows. There's always a choice. Either you move upwards or you stay where you are, just move sideways. And as a result of these audits, many have made a decision to move to the next level. What can contribute? And we have explained that on several occasions. Namely, you should not complicate things, because as soon as it is complicated, no one will accept it. And if it's possible, it has to be integrated in the current processes. And if you tell now we'll have risk management, here is Excel tables, here is methodology, it's not going to work. People will just fill in the table and maybe open it once per year. This is not a risk management. Risk management should be integrated, and only then it's meaningful. And this is what we understood during these audits. All auditors actually concurred. And the main idea is that the auditors claimed that internal auditors have really helped in implementing risk management in our subordinate bodies. There was a tangible benefit, and the bodies really felt this benefit from audit. And you just have to ask us, and we'll always open to conduct this audit. And the management has to understand that when this audit takes place, they can learn many new things and maybe change their point of view. The main benefit from risk management to the management of the company during these uncertain times. And since the time is limited, we focus only on the most important, and we discuss the rest only when there is time, but usually there is no time. So by this, I want to tell that yes, there are many ideas about risk management, but by looking at this or thinking about this conference, I was really inspired by this idea that if you don't invent in risk management, it doesn't matter what business you are in because it's a risky business. That's why I invite to manage risks instead of being managed or guided by risks. Thank you, colleagues. I try to be brief.